Hello, friends. Thank you for joining us along our mission path today. One of the goals of a missionary is to make sure that the church that they are serving is a healthy church all around. One indication of health is the engagement in the Great Commission. The Ecuadorian church was given a wonderful opportunity to join with the Brill Church of God at the Romeli Covacier School in Reque, Peru. We wanted some of the brethren who went on that trip to testify to you today. Unfortunately, we are under a national strike and all of the roads are blocked. We don't have access to them. However, I do have access to my kids that went with us. And so here is their understanding of the joint Brill Ecuador Peru mission trip.
As Christians, we are all called to be missionaries. I believe that this trip has changed the way the church in Ecuador views missions because it's easy to say we are all called when you are here receiving the missions and the help, but it's another thing to go on a mission and give help. I have heard several brothers from our church asking about these missions and when can we go on the next one? Where can we go next? And it's just beautiful to see the Great Commission unfold here in Ecuador.
While we were working at the Romeli Covacier school in Peru, we often saw this man, Jose, walking around and working. He always had a hammer on his belt. It was during our last day in Peru when we went to the beach to explore a little. And he was talking to my dad while we were on the beach enjoying the view. And then my dad walks over to me and says, "Hey, come look at this Bible." I come over and read the signature of Cordell Downing, and I was amazed. I didn't know he knew my grandpa. And then he pulls out a little football, a Nerf football, the foam ones, and it had Cordell written on it. And I was just amazed how beautiful it is to just see the works of an older generation still bearing fruit. Don't be afraid to make investments in mission trips and the people you meet. Whether it's here or abroad, you always have the opportunity to plant a seed, and we will see the fruits in eternity.
So, a little while before we went up to Peru, I was kind of thinking, I want to go on a mission trip. I've heard Dad tell stories, I've heard stories from your church, I've heard a lot of stories, and I kind of wanted to go on one, maybe to like Peru or something. And I was thinking, hey, maybe I could like head up to the States, meet Brill, and then like go on a mission trip with them. That would be very fun. And then like a couple months after I was thinking that, Dad comes up to me and says, I'm going to go on a mission trip up to Peru with the Brill Church of God and some brothers and sisters from the church here in Ecuador. Would you want to come? I was thinking, maybe those thoughts that I had before was God calling me to be in Peru on a mission. And I tell you this to say, maybe you're thinking of going on a mission or thinking of supporting or donating for the church to go on a mission, and maybe that's God calling you to help and serve in the Great Commission.
Friends, the Brill Boulevard Church of God has always been a missions church. Many of the people who are sitting in the pews around you today have been on mission trips. If you have not physically gone out of your country into what we'll call the fourth sphere of witness to the ends of the earth, I encourage you, start praying about it today. Get ready. God may be calling you to experience His kingdom outside of your context. Be strong. Do not be afraid. Simply trust. Friends, my family and I serve Jesus Christ in Ecuador, where we try not to be afraid, where we trust in God and His provision, and we joyfully encourage others along our mission path.